Remember the project from a couple of tutorials ago where we helped the robot recover when it reached an obstacle during line following? We manually tilted the robot left or right to signal which way it should turn. But what if we wanted to do that remotely without touching the robot at all? That's exactly what we're building today. Quick spoiler, we'll also be using skills from our Wi-Fi mini-series. Welcome back to Learn As You Explore, your go-to place for MBOT 2 tutorials. If you are new here, I'm a robotics software engineer who loves helping students learn robotics and supporting teachers who teach it. You'll need a second CyberPi for this project. If you already have a second MBOT 2, you're set. But if not, you can buy the CyberPi separately to save money. I've added links in the description to Amazon and MakeBlock. If you use them, it helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. I may earn a commission as an affiliate partner with both Amazon and MakeBlock. Now let's dive in. In this project, we'll be using two devices. One CyberPi will send tilt commands, and the robot will get those commands and turn in the commanded direction. That means that we'll need two programs, one for each device. Let's start by working on the program for the sender. Add the MBOT2 device by going to Add and selecting the MBOT2. Switch to Python mode. The program for the sender CyberPi will be a lot like the one we made in the Wi-Fi mini-series, where we controlled a robot by tilting the remote CyberPi. We'll use the Wi-Fi broadcast.set API to send messages to the robot's CyberPi. Let's first give our project a name. I'll call it Tutorial 17, Sender, Remote Recovery. We'll then import the CyberPi and time modules. We will start the program when button B is pressed. So we'll use the CyberPi event decorator for button B. We'll attach a function to the decorator on button B press. Let's first print a message to the console. We'll just say waiting for left or right tilt. Then we'll loop until button A is pressed by using the cyberpi.controller.isPress API. And the button we want to check for is button A. If tilted left, print and send the left tilt direction message. To check for left tilt, we'll use the cyberpi.isTiltLeft API. We'll first print the message to the console, and we'll just say left tilt here. Then let's send the Wi-Fi message by using the CyberPi Wi-Fi broadcast set API. The type of message is going to be tilt direction, and the value we're going to send is left. If the CyberPi was tilted to the right instead, we'll do something similar, so we can copy the block from the left tilt case, and we'll just change left to right here. Remember to also change left to right in the Wi-Fi message that we're sending out. Now, if we have not been tilted left or right, we need to send the ignore tilt direction. So let's add an else case for that here. We'll first do a sleep of half a second so that any previously commanded tilt direction is sent out before we send ignore. And then we'll send the Wi-Fi broadcast message with the tilt direction as the type of message and the value ignore. Finally, when we get out of the while loop, let's clear the console so everything is clean. And that's it for the sender program. As you can see, this is similar to the sender program that we wrote for the Wi-Fi tilt messaging mini-series. Let's save this. We can now upload this program to our sender CyberPi. Click Connect. Select the COM port for your device and click Connect. Switch to the upload mode if you're not in upload mode already, and select Upload Code. Now wait for the code to be uploaded. I just realized that I had a typo here, so let's correct that. I meant to say waiting. Let's save it again and click Upload and wait for the code to be uploaded to the sender CyberPi. Let's move on to the program for the receiver robot CyberPi next. Open the program from Tutorial 15b by going to File, Open, selecting the program for Tutorial 15b and click OK. This was the program for the obstacle recovery during line follow. Let's save it as a new project so we don't overwrite the previous one. I'm going to call it Tutorial 17 Receiver Remote Recovery and click OK to save it. Here, everything remains pretty much the same except for how the robot gets the signal for the recovery mode. In this program, we physically tilted the robot either left or right. However, now we want to get that signal from the remote CyberPi using the Wi-Fi broadcast message. So we will want to replace this part with getting the Wi-Fi broadcast message and checking for the tilt direction. Then setting the recovery mode according to the tilt direction of the remote CyberPi. So let's first comment out this block of code. We want to replace this with getting the tilt direction from the Wi-Fi message, for which we will use the CyberPi Wi-Fi broadcast get API, and the type of message we want to get is tilt direction. Next, we will print the received tilt direction to the console just for information. Now, if we get the tilt direction as ignore, we want to set recovery mode to none. Otherwise, we want to set it to the tilt direction that we received. To do that in a Python way, we can use the in-place if-else statement. So we will set recovery mode to none if tilt direction that we received is ignore, and otherwise we will set it to the tilt direction that we received. If we have a valid recovery mode, let's play an audio as a signal. So if recovery mode is not none, then we have a valid recovery mode, and we'll use the cyberpi.audio.play API, and we'll play the start tone just to use as a signal that the robot CyberPi has received a valid recovery mode. Finally, we'll add some time to sleep before we iterate over this loop again. I'm going to add a 0.75 second sleep here. This is great and will work as is. However, you can see how this function is getting long and more complex. To make it simpler, we can make the new section of code a separate function and simply make a call to that function here. Let's copy this new section, go above the current function, and define a new function called getRecoveryMode. Now paste the section of code that you just copied. Make sure to indent your code correctly, because indentation is very important in Python programming. And finally, we want this function to return the recovery mode. Going back to the main function, we can now get rid of this duplicate code here and simply say recovery mode equals get recovery mode. We can also get rid of the commented out code here that we just replaced with the get recovery mode function. Let's save this program. And great, this should do it. Let's upload it to the robot now. Make sure that your robot is powered on and connected via USB to your computer. Click connect. Select the serial port for your device and click connect again. Click upload code and wait for the program to be uploaded. We're now ready to test it out on the robot. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider giving the video a thumbs up by clicking the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It really helps keep the channel going. Start the program on the robot by pressing button B. The robot follows the line until it reaches an obstacle, and then it waits for a recovery mode signal from the remote CyberPi. Start the program on the remote CyberPi. Since the line is to the left of the robot, we will tilt the remote CyberPi to the left. The robot plays the start tone to signal that it has received a message, performs a left turn to recover from the obstacle, and then continues line following. Now the robot has reached the obstacle from the other side, so the line is to the right of the robot. We'll tilt the remote CyberPi to the right this time. The robot plays the tone and then recovers from the obstacle by turning right, and then continues line following. Your robot can now recover from obstacles during line follow by listening to remote commands from another CyberPi. Congratulations! Here are some of my other videos that you may find helpful. Happy programming, and I'll see you in the next one.